My name is Natalie. I have an interview with one of the members of the band Cold Chamber on May 8th, 2015. First off, can you introduce yourself and tell me what you do in the band?
My name is Dez, and I sing.
How have the audiences been reacting towards your guys' return?
The audiences have been incredible. The shows did amazing, and it's great kind of to see the demographic of people coming out because our audience is fairly young. I'd say 70% under 20 years old, which is incredible for us being gone 13 years and starting out back in the 90s. So it's been a great ride so far, and that's why we decided to do a record, because we were having a good time touring, and we wanted to go further with it.
Why do you think bands tend to do this sort of thing? They, form, they do their thing, and then after a while, they go away. And then they say, okay, we're not coming back. And then years later, they come back. Why do they do that sort of thing, do you think?
I don't know. I can only speak for Cold Chamber. I mean, we broke up for all sorts of internal reasons at the top of our game with gold records, etc. And, it was just the magic wasn't there anymore. And so we broke up. But over the years, we started talking in 2006 and 2009 and toured in 2012 and 13. And then decided from there, we're having a good time. The communication is reformed. The bond is reformed. So, let's go ahead and do a record.
You said that you started, talking to everybody again back in 2006. But when did it actually hit you? Like, hey, I'm going to bring back Cold Chamber. Did it hit you when you were doing Devil Driver, or you just thought about it, hey, I want to bring these guys back. Let me hit them up?
Well, what really happened is communication was starting to form about us getting together and doing some tours. And we did some very short runs in Cold Chamber. It was fun. It was good, and the audiences were great. The response was fantastic. And what happened is I had done 12 years, 6 records with Devil Driver. Our last record, our 6th one, came out and debuted higher than all the rest and was critically acclaimed and really well received. And from there, I kind of said, look, it's been almost over 20 years in the business. I haven't taken any time off, and I'm going to take some time off for my family. And coincidentally, I've got a studio here that I can record at, and Cold Chamber hit me up and said, look, you can be home and still record, and we can do a few tours around the record before you get back on with Devil Driver. What do you think about doing that? So all of that coming together, it just everything kind of showed its face, and timing worked out.
Would you mind telling me the story as to why the band calls themselves Cold Chamber? Does it actually have to do with coal and a chamber, or no?
No, you know what? I don't remember which one of us, but one of us liked the word coal, one of us liked the word chamber, and one day at a rehearsal spot in L.A., I wrote coal and he wrote chamber, or the other way around, and we saw them next to each other, and we're like, okay, that's the name.
Well, you know how bands are nowadays. They could be called this, and then you wonder, well, does it mean that or no?
Yeah, of course. People always want to know the meaning behind the names. It's always something to ask.
Mm-hmm. Who are the rivals on your new album?
Rivals. It's really more about the artwork and how Rivals is scratched out, mm-hmm. and Rivals can be your inner demons, your inner self, exterior factors that are negative influences on your life. But either way, they've got to go. And that's kind of what this whole thing is about. If you go inside the record and you listen to the lyrics, it's about expelling demons and getting rid of negative influences in and around your life.
How did you guys choose who you wanted to have as guest vocals on the new album?
I knew Al Jurgensen for a long time. I think he understands all sides of the coin, meaning he knows that Cold Chamber is a very dark band. We can listen to Bauhaus and The Cure and The Damned, and we can also listen to punk rock stuff and heavy metal stuff. So I think he understands all of those things, and he was just the perfect guy to do it. Having him come to the house and have dinner with us and then go in my studio and record was an amazing thing to witness, and I'm certainly honored that he guested on the record.
did you get everything that you wanted on this album, or was there stuff, left over that you might use in the future?
No, some of the leftover stuff that we did have, it was left over for a reason. I think we wanted to put only the best on this record, and anything left over will surely not be reworked, gone over, or released.
Will we ever be seeing Cold Chamber and Devil Driver going out?
Together?
Yeah, on a show and touring.
It'll never happen. It'll never happen. It's just two different animals completely, and the headspace is completely different, and it's two sides to me, of course, but I don't think both those sides would go together,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And what does Cold Chamber have planned for the rest of this year into next year?
Well, we just got back from Monsters of Rock with Ozzy, Judas Priest, and Motorhead. That was incredible. And now we're home for about another week. We go over to Europe. After Europe, we come home, and we've been working on trying to get together something real special for late July, late August U.S. tour. After that, I'm going to take some time off because September, October, November, I'm going to get into a new Devil Driver record, into recording for a release next year.
Speaking of Devil Driver, happy and lucky 13 years for Devil Driver. Is that why you wanted to start writing music again? Because it's lucky number 13, or you didn't even notice?
No, I didn't. I didn't even notice. In actuality, it's just that, for us, we work so hard. Most bands take, at least a year off between records, and we didn't in Devil Driver. In 12 years, we released 6 records, and I think it was just time to just take time off, and it was just by coincidence that I was definitely taking time off, and Cold Chamber wanted me to record. So as long as I can have dinner here at home with my family and record at the same time, it's kind of like me being home anyways,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. A lot of bands lately that you wouldn't think would do it have been making that turn of going acoustic. Will Devil Driver be doing that?
Devil Driver will never go acoustic, and Cold Chamber will never go acoustic. No, it's never going to happen.
Well, I think it'd be funny either way.
Yeah, either way, I don't think acoustic or funny plays into either part. So it's not happening.
What about performing any of your releases in their entirety from front to back?
I definitely like to do that with both bands. I think Devil Driver, there's numerous records we could do that with. And I think Cold Chamber, most definitely, I would like to play Rivals front to back if the opportunity ever arises. So we'll see what happens in the future with that.
Out of all of the releases that Devil Driver has done, you guys have yet to release a live album or a live DVD, except for, the one that you released with Winter Kills, but you haven't really officially released, a live, anything.
Right.
Will you?
Well, here's the thing. It's like, if you really want to check that kind of stuff out, we've got so much DVD footage on numerous records with Devil Driver that, you can definitely get into our head by going to check out all that stuff. And then, you got to have the label on board for that kind of thing as well. So down the road, we'll see what's going to happen in the future with releasing that stuff with Devil Driver or Cold Chamber.
And what plans does Devil Driver have coming up?
Well, Cold Chamber's on a cycle right now, so the one thing that I have planned with Devil Driver would be to record before the year is out. And just to make sure that record is the best it can be. We've been writing constantly, and then finish out the cycle with Cold Chamber.
And is there anything else you would want to say or add to wrap this all up?
No, just thank you very much. I appreciate the support from everybody who's either listening or reading. I've been in this for a long time, and without the support of people that wanted to hear me do good music, then I wouldn't be here. So, all thank yous to whoever in the past that's ever supported me. And if you're just finding out who I am or what I'm doing now, go pick up Devil Driver record or a Cold Chamber record and get into it and see how you feel.